It's almost like a move-in together prenup is what her boyfriend wants her to sign. Weird. Never heard of one of these before.
Isn't that called a lease?
A move-in
Or a
prenup.
renter's agreement?
Yeah. Well, if he's on it, I'm guessing,
Yes.
well, we'll read the email here
Yeah.
in a second, but I'm guessing if she's moving into his place, maybe
He's like making up his own rules,
Yes.
his own contract of sorts.
you don't get that couch. If we break up, you don't get that table.
Oh.
You can have the lava lamp.
Yeah.
So if you got something going on in your life right now and you want us to turn around and give it to Bert Show fam all around the country, and they'll give you some advice, hit us up at thebertshow.com. Davi has the email.
I love you guys so much.
Love you too.
And that's from me and her, just so you know.
I love you.
So
I don't know
much.
her, but I do love you, Davi.
And I've been a listener since you popped up in my Facebook algorithm like 2 years ago. Bert, you seriously make my day just hearing your voice. I'm curious how I lived without your show for so long.
I am curious also.
Me too. Anyways,
Let's not do it again.
I'm hoping I can be lucky enough to receive some advice from you and your listeners regarding a contract my boyfriend wants me to sign before moving in with him. I should preface this by saying he recently went through an amicable divorce, but did, of course, lose half of everything. We've been together a little over a year, and he has asked me to come and live in his house. So exciting, right? I thought so too, until we got down to the nitty-gritty, and he said because of everything he'd been through, he's not willing to do that again, meaning lose half of what he's worked very hard for. And he wants to protect himself. Okay, I absolutely get that part, but even as a common law partner, I'd have zero legal rights to anything of his, but he still wants the contract signed before we shack up.
Yeah, that's my confusion here. I'm like,
Yeah.
just because she moves into your house, she literally has no legal authority to anything.
That man is
You're fine.
traumatized.
Are we sure it was amicable?
He's like, men don't have rights anymore, right?
No, I'm telling you, as a guy that's lost more than half, right? I understand where he's coming from.
Okay, so she says, I absolutely get that part. Okay, yeah, skipped ahead. Where'd I go? Common law partner. I trust him completely, and he trusts me too. So it's not that part that's bothering me. He makes over double what I make a year. So that obviously plays a part too. What would you guys do? Swallow my pride, sign the contract so I can live with him, or stay put and save up enough so that we can get a house that it would both be ours and no need for this contract. Help me, please. I'd be forever grateful. Signed, sad and confused. She also gave us an XOXO. We got hugs and kisses, y'all.
Hugs and kisses.
Back at you.
All right, so my guess is it's not that maybe this contract isn't so much about what she can potentially take, but it's what she's going to provide once she moves in. So I'm wondering if it's like, okay, if you move in, then you're going to pay this much of the mortgage, you're going to pay this much, like you're going to pay XYZ bill, etc. So that way they're on the same page financially if he makes substantially more than her. So maybe he just wants to make sure she's not going to move in and be a freeloader.
Yeah, he's freaked out. He's 100% freaked out. I'm wondering how long ago this divorce was, but I think that it's kind of isn't it sort of common sense that when you come into the apartment, that's all of his stuff, and if you guys break up, then anything you guys get together,
Yes.
you can bust up.
But I don't think that's the issue. I think the issue here is her moving in and making sure she's going to pay. Like she's going to pay some of the mortgage, she's going to pay some of the bills. So they have that in writing that this is my income, this is your income, this is what you're going to contribute, because he doesn't want her moving in and being a freeloader.
I see.
And maybe part of it's about decor too, because sometimes women move in and it's like, that was his house before. It's still his house. You moved in and then they're like, I'm changing everything. They just start painting walls, get rid of stuff, throwing out old t-shirts that you're like, I've had that forever. That's my favorite shirt. So I think maybe if he had like an overbearing wife before, he's wanting to protect himself emotionally and aesthetically also.
Well, I think Kristen's right. It's like, this is all my stuff, and I'm paying rent right now. My name's on the lease, so you got to do something here, because if you just come in here and you're not earning any money at all, this is all on me.
Yeah, I mean, I think definitely he's a little bit traumatized, and hopefully this is all the baggage that he's bringing from his last experience, because I wouldn't want her to have to pay for a lot of the things that his ex did. But if this is all that there is, then I see no point in why she wouldn't just sign it, like, because you don't really lose anything. So just sign it to give him comfort and move in.
I mean, I would like to see the contract. I'm not going to say no before I read it. So I'd be, curiosity more so than anything. See what he draws up. And don't forget, you got leverage. because you provide something to the relationship. So
so does he.
Exactly.
Okay.
They both, but she also has leverage here. So I would
Yeah,
sit
but
there.
he's got stuff and junk.
Right.
All she's got right now is her junk.
He's got the leverage.
She's got stuff too, but maybe it's just not as nice as his stuff because he makes twice as much. No, I would go ahead and read it out. And then if you need, if you want to do negotiations, and seriously, if you have a lawyer friend, if you're going to do this, I'd have a lawyer friend look over it.
Mm-hmm.
If this is somebody you really care about and you're like, yes, I want to move in with you, we joke about this all the time on the show. People move in, or like we've had family issues, and we're always like, you should have got it in writing. Like
Yeah.
we tell people this all the time. And here's a guy who's actually trying to get it in writing, and this is the advice we've been given for years. So I can't fault him for it.
Yeah.
So if I were her, I'd go ahead and read it and see it.
It sounds like he's got a little more life experience also. Like this is almost he's trying to protect himself like a business almost, business-wise. And she's a little bit more romantic than he is. And this really kind of takes the romance out of it right
Sure.
here, is having to sign a contract.
On the other end of this, is that not a little bit of a red flag? You go to move in with somebody, they want a contract just off of that? Like, you don't think there's more to come in that department?
It
Depends on what's in the contract.
It depends
Okay.
on what's, and also the fact that she knows he's coming off of a divorce where he just lost to, not
Mm-hmm.
lost because you didn't lose it. You were a couple together. She got what she deserves. You got what you deserve. But you look at it as you lost half.
Yeah, I
What?
kind of hope the contract's a little insane. I hope she sends it to us. I want to roast it.
I would like to see it.
Yeah, like what if it's so specific where it's like, don't eat my Oreos.
See, that'd
I
be
count
wild.
them.
That's
I'll know.
important.
Yeah.
That is.
Yeah.
That's a really important one. That's more than money.
Yeah.
I wish my husband and I would have put in the contract he can't finish off the last of the ice cream. Like that would have been. I actually said it in my wedding vows, but I'm going to go ahead and let you guys know. In the past 5 years, it's happened once or twice.
Maybe I need to put this in ours. Like, you got to turn lights off.
Yeah.
You
The
just
ice
come on into a room, just turn the light off on the way out.
The ice cream one is a point of contention in my household too. Like Blair gets so mad, and he'll see a spoon in the sink, and he'll be like, "Ah!" He wrote a little. He was like, "I see a spoon in the sink. What's a man supposed to think?" And he like gets so upset about it, and I'm like, "Yeah, busted. I ate it all."
Yeah, I kind of like this idea. Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
And make sure you send it to us. And hey, if you don't have money for a lawyer, the Bert Show's got a lawyer. I mean, we can see this puppy through.
Look at you paying bills.
You're welcome.
You got money?
The Bert Show.